Sure. Mr. Smith?
Here.
Mr. Blinn?
Here.
Mr. McNeese?
Here.
Ms. Meeks?
Here.
And Mr. Parsley informed us he was unable to attend today.
Thank you. Adoption of the agenda.
I move to approve the agenda as emailed to us.
Have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Financial report. Justin.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good to see you all. So the financial report is really two reports. One is the regulative financial plan that you guys see every month, and then the other is the April reporting. That's a reporting requirement that I will go over today as well. On the financial update, the regular financial plan, there really isn't a whole lot to go over that's changed. If there are any questions, please let me know, but just the quick things to keep in mind is that the residential allocation area, the 313, where we just got new parcel lists in, and we're expecting about $23,000 this year in revenues in that allocation area. For Beer House, currently there isn't a whole lot going on there yet, but we know next year the bond payment starts on that RIF loan so we have currently $134,000 revenues expected next year for that allocation area, but that's just based off the initial analysis we did with the developer. What happens, we will update you guys with actual numbers once we get through the neutralization, get through a neutralization process in August/September. But right now we're still hoping to get that 134, enough to pay the bonds and to make the debt service reserve transfers. But other than that, not much else to update on the financial plan portion.
Okay.
Unless there are any questions, I could go through the April report if you guys. Okay, perfect.
Any questions before he moves into the reporting? Yeah, that was a good idea.
I'll make a motion on the financial report as presented, that we accept it as presented.
Second.
Have a motion, pardon me?
I said whoever.
Motion and a second. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Okay, perfect. So move on to the April reporting requirement. As you all know, this is one of the reporting requirements for having an RDC. If we look at page 3 of that report, it's a page of all the reporting requirements that's required with detailed explanation of what is needed within it. It's on page 3 of the April reporting requirement, not the financial plan.
Right here. On back.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yes. So you'll see right under that green row, you'll see prior to April 1st, clerk treasurer's annual report to the RDC. That's what we're doing right now with this report.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing with this report. Not later than April 15th, we'll provide this to the city council and the mayor, who's with us today. So, and to provide it, I think Cheryl has done this many times. We could either include it in their city council's meeting packets, or we could email it to them. We'll complete the gateway submissions for the city, and we'll let Cheryl and Kathy know when they're ready to be actually submitted on gateway. Okay. And a lot of this, you guys may know, is informational, really for the purpose of checking off boxes for the statute. A lot of this information you all already know. The next page, RDC overview. These are all the commissioners, employees, and just general information of the RDC, including all the TIF allocation areas, overlapping units. Again, very informational purposes. You guys see this every month. We just have to upload most of this information on the gateway. Monthly cash balance by fund. Big picture, we started the year at 2.7. It shows that we ended the year at 2.5 million, but technically we ended the year at just a little over $3 million, which you will actually see in the regulative financial plan. The reason is there was an expenditure in quotes that was only $7,000, but more was paid, so we got that refund back in January. you'll see that's why in capital outlays December of $606,000, we didn't actually have that much in claims, so we got about 500 back in January. But since this report, we're looking at just 25, we have to show it as what it is. So that's why 2.5, closer to 3.1, maybe a little less than 3.1. Next page is the actual fund tab for the Hart Street allocation area. Paints a similar story as the previous monthly cash balance by fund, but here we separate out each individual projects to their own line items. If you see that Main Street Phase 1 of $530,000, that's what I was referring to earlier when we made an extra payment and we're getting refunded. So that $530,000 doesn't actually exist. We're getting that back, so nothing to worry. We've already gotten that back if you look at your regular plans. Any questions on this fund for me? I know this is the bigger one, but again, this is information that we've seen many times already. 3 months into the new year, and we're looking at last year. So, the next two funds is the Vincennes residential allocation area and the beer house allocation area. Not much going on for Vincennes residential. The TIF revenue collections was $12,000, which you guys may see that it's lower than what we previously expected. We spoke with the county auditor's office as well as the software. It's because there was they called it an EZ investment deduction that came on in November of last year. So that came on really late, which is why our revenue expectations were a little higher than what we actually received. But
I think that had something to do with, Shirley Rose, what's the, UEZ?
yes, yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah, so and those came on, those deductions came online. We had to adjust our revenues, but we were able to verify these numbers with the auditor and the software provider to verify that $12,000, that's a correct number. And from what we know, that 23 and 2026 that we showed earlier, that should be what we receive in 26, barring any other changes. Beer house allocation area, nothing going on in this allocation area yet, so we just have to include it because of the TIF, but we have no activities yet so far. Next year will be a different story. Next page after that, similarly, informational purposes, and we need to include this in our in the Gateway April submission. The RDC currently has two debts. The first one is the tax incurred revenue bonds of 2018. That is set to mature by the end of this year / beginning of next year. So that won't be around in a couple of years. And that second one is that RIF loan for the beer house allocation area. The next pages after that are all the parcel lists, are the parcel lists for every single parcel in all three allocation areas in 2025. If there are any questions, please let me know, but this just needs to be uploaded onto Gateway for the parcel list.
Any questions for Justin? Thank you very much. Mark, I would ask if you're not going to be able to attend the council meeting where that's presented, to let me know so that I can.
No, I'll be there.
Thank you, Justin. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Approval of the February meeting minutes that were emailed to you.
Make a motion to approve the February 19th meeting minutes as emailed and read.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Are there any additions or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries. Anyone here from Oliphant, Broadway Place, or DC Developers? Housing rehabilitation, Steve or Mark?
We don't really have a report. It's just, I guess, what is the report there, Steve?
And I think we're gonna need to revisit this and
Yeah.
see what direction we need to go with that. The individual that we had vetted and chosen, I'm not sure right now if that's gonna work out, so we need to revisit that.
Okay.
And we will.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll leave that to you two to.
Yeah. Steve and I will.
property at 915 North 9th, I'm assuming we have no bids for that property?
No, we've advertised it twice, and got no bids.
Thank you. New business, Josh Knopfler? Did I say it right? Yeah. Okay. Close enough. Okay, good deal.
Is it Knopfler or
It-
Knopfler? Knopfler.
Okay, if you go to the mic, please.
Yeah, I wanted to, I have a handout.
Oh, sure.
Is it more appropriate
Yeah,
if I
absolutely.
here, and then how should I use it? Okay, thank you, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Good morning, Mr. President, members of the commission. Thank you all very much for giving me the opportunity to come here this morning and speak and make an introduction and discuss our interest in associated business. My name is Josh Knepfler. I'm a manager of Indiana Wanderer Properties. We're a real estate investment company that focuses on residential rental housing and development and also refurbishment of underutilized and dilapidated properties. Our first investment in the city of Vincennes was a property at 1818 Indiana Avenue. We purchased that property last fall in late October. Over the last 5 months or so, I've been in communications with members of the commission and also the city, expressing our interest in purchase of or development of the adjacent property located at 1816 Indiana Avenue. We understand that that property was advertised with a request for proposals. However, we are not a local company, but we do actually own the property adjacent to that parcel. My interest today, if you can kindly flip to the back side of your handout, our interest, if you can just see on the 2 exhibits on the bottom portion of that handout. The first is a existing current layout of the property that we purchased, 1818 Indiana Avenue, and you can see on the right exhibit that the current location of that existing structure is very far towards the street. So it actually locates a strategic opportunity for us as an investment company to provide a potential new garage or joint access driveway at the back portion of the property. So our vision for development of the vacant parcel at 1816 Indiana Avenue is to create and develop potential additional rental housing that we would like to jointly access through the back portion of our existing property with a shared driveway and a jointly owned garage. So we understand that the property is currently under contract at 1816 Indiana Avenue, and we would like to respectfully request that the commission open the RFP process again so that we would be able to have the opportunity to propose our vision for jointly development of these 2 properties side by side. So with that, I'll close. If there's any questions, I'm here, but I, again, respectfully request that the commission consider our interest in jointly working together to develop that property to create some additional rental housing within the city of Vincennes. So, thank you all very much.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Any comments or questions?
I guess my question is, I thought it was already sold and deeded, is that?
I believe that that is the case. We did approve that.
The deeds are here, that
None
it
has
hasn't
been
been
signed.
executed yet. Okay.
EDA was signed at the last meeting, at the meeting.
The only way to do that is if the successful developer relinquished his interest in our contract. Right. I don't think we can't do a do-over. But with the input of the. With that, wasn't it contingent upon being built on, correct?
Yes.
That has to be.
There has to be a plan in place. I think this was one residential house, and there's a pretty strict time limit, otherwise it reverts.
It reverts back to us.
Yeah.
And then we would go through the process again. That's how we pursued it from the beginning. When was that EDA on Indiana
would tell you, and I appreciate your interest, we have several lots that we would love for you to look at if you're interested.
They're available throughout our community that we've taken over. Part of the blighted, it was the blighted, Indiana blighted program, blighted properties program where they ended up in our possession at the RDC. And that's what these are, is we are slowly advertising and getting these off of our roll and onto developers' roll. So there are opportunities. I'm just afraid this one is maybe slightly a little mistimed.
Yeah, I would like to, respectfully suggest, the commission consider, that the investment community is not specifically located within only the city of Vincennes, and when advertising opportunities, that adjacent property owners are notified, because we received no notification and we were a adjacent property owner. And so obviously if we are an affected property owner, we would have some interest in speaking at a commission hearing.
Sure.
But we had zero knowledge of that, because we were not notified. So, in our experiences elsewhere in the state and other states, adjacent property owners are notified, about, matters that affect the value or affect their property. So that would be my only request. So thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No, I just now did see that.
What is that?
The Richard Bauer.
Progress.
Oh, I see.
That's what he's got, he's out this week, so.
It's just a progress report as presented from the engineer to us, showing that survey's been done 100%. Plans, 40% plans are due, it says May 27th. They are getting regular updates and showing that they're progressing on that as well.
I'm looking for construction next year,
Good deal.
which will apply for the CCNG to be the match for this.
I think it'll
You
be a
would
very
be-
nice project.
Huh?
I think it'll be a very
do
nice
too.
project.
Needed.
Yeah. I do have, and I didn't put it on the agenda, I could do it under RDC member miscellaneous. I would like to get permission to ask Mr. Rolligan to
That got his attention.
Yeah.
work on, none of us have the time to do this. I'm not saying you have lots of time, but maybe somebody in your office. I get repeated requests and we talk about them. For instance, there's a building under construction downtown now that they're wanting assistance with bringing it up to code, fire and ADA. Other RDCs do that, but we have never, we've had multiple answers on how to do that.
How to go through that process.
And
Okay.
I would like for the attorney's office to help us set a policy on what.
The easiest thing is just an automatic no. I'll take people in
I think that's probably why we've done it that way over time. We're not done it that way over
I
time.
think that can include AIM is over already.
The association, yes.
Yeah, so I'll just get with her,
And ask for
Okay.
examples of how they've done it.
yeah.
Yeah.
She, I
recreate
would
the
think she
wheel.
would know.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well-
If you got,
What
if you,
building
Dave,
is
or
it?
whatever, could give us some kind of,
And
so that we can adopt a policy.
Mayor, and I guess that question is one, at these places that have done it, would they ever do it again? Has it been cumbersome and has it worked? Or is it working and should we do it? So,
Okay. Thank you. Approval of claims in the amount of $3,985.55.
So moved.
Have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. RDC member miscellaneous. That was my question. I put it under new business. I mean, obviously, I think we are seeing some good things in the zone, with the Sixth and Main and, the brewery building and, Vinyl Pie, so, good things happening.
brewery has done some things for that building.
would think so.
Yeah.
What building under construction are they asking? Who was asking that?
Regal Construction, the place that's a gym on Second Street near, across from Gimbal Corner. Anvil is moving into that, building
Oh, they're expanding into that building.
at Fourth and Westford. And, he has purchased that. They would like to, bring it up to code and, obviously will have to if they're to do everything they wanna do, so. But that has happened multiple times that we've had that request.
And we've always said no.
We've always said, we've tried to work to get there and never have figured out exactly how to get there, so, and then it just,
So you're gonna talk to, AIM and see if they have a,
She's an attorney, she's also over the association.
yeah,
Part of the problem, obviously, is those improvements, while necessary, it's like when I try to sell my house, I say it has a new roof, the realtor says.
It needed one.
yeah.
I don't know how we would capture that. I'll look.
so can we go back to the Indiana Avenue? Wait, it's not our okay. All right. It's not our responsibility to get a hold of the owners.
Well, no, I don't know where to draw the line. We notify the adjacent landowners, they say no, but a guy a block away says, I've always wanted to do that, and you didn't tell me.
Right.
That's not our responsibility. We do what we can by advertising.
And historically, it's required to be advertised in the newspaper, and if, you know, you're out of town.
Well, then get the newspaper.
Subscribe.
I mean, I'm in town and I get the newspaper and I look through some of those notices,
So that's what, those businesses
I mean-
that's their business, they do.
We're-
Because they know the requirements in
I-
each state.
I also believe there's a system that you can subscribe to that gleans legal notices. And, I know like if we advertise for a fire truck, we'll get calls from companies that aren't obviously in Vincennes because they've
Seen it.
gleaned it in the legal notice system.
Even if I was wanting to do that, you know, every 5 years, I've looked at every ad, and once every 5 years, something comes out that is not effective for me, if I'm a developer, so. If they, you know, if you guys have been good, if someone, you know, says they have an interest, you work with them on that, but if we don't know they're out there, I would love to have a bidding war on some of your property.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Other miscellaneous. Our next meeting is April 16th. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.